I did it my way. Black ball from the game, come and catch the wave. Waiting on my downfall, gotta stay ahead. Don't just cut me off, patience hanging by a thread.
What's going on, y'all? It's your boy Johnny Dunn, and we back with another one. The Johnny Dunn Show, number 12. Crazy things happened lately. We got the Marvel announcement last week. Just blew people out of the water. We didn't really expect that, and they kind of surprised us with that. Huge news, so shout out to the team for that. And, this week we had Frank Kozik drop, which was just insane. We had the labits. We didn't know what they were, a lot of us, so we had to kind of do our research, and they're just popping off in the market right now. And, I still think they're being slept on, to be honest. And then we had Back to the Future 2. We had the hoverboards drop. We didn't know that was coming. I had no idea hoverboards were going to be part of VeVe. You could just see everybody, just hoverboarding around everybody's house in the VeVeverse eventually. So I think eventually, that's going to come. I think what's going to happen is we're going to have our showroom and how it's up in the sky. Eventually, you're going to be able to go to other people's showrooms and just be a cool little feature. You could probably just walk there, or you could take the hoverboard or your DeLorean, something like that. I could definitely see happening. So I want to talk about the hoverboards first, man. But before that, we also had the Kahn interview that just dropped. Just insane. The whole VeVe community has been waiting on that. So awesome to see, man. Everybody's excited. A great time to be part of the VeVe community, man. If you haven't joined yet, definitely download the app. And so I'm going to talk about the common Marty board first, the Marty hoverboard. Popping off, it was like $15, and now it's like $70 in the market. I think it's the first one with the Mattel, logo on it. And Mattel's a huge brand, so we can expect a ton of brands coming later that has Mattel on it, but this is the first one. And shout out to NFT and me on Twitter. He's the one who sent me the set over. And I think the Marty board is just slept on, man. I think, it's going to be at least a few hundred soon. Just because it's the first one with the Mattel logo. You're going to have all these brands, Barbie, etc., Bob the Builder, Hot Wheels, and this is the first one that has Mattel on it. It's a common. They wanted a few extra people to have it, I think. So definitely go cop that. I got the whole set, so I'm looking forward to it. So now this one right here, this is the No Question hoverboard. This is a sub 100, so good job on getting that. I think it's a number 67. It's around $300 in the marketplace. I mean, you can find this pretty cheap if you want to go bottom floor. You don't want to get a sub 100 mint number in the market. But congrats on you, NFT and me, for getting a sub 100, because we all know how hard it is to get sub 100s. And they did clarify that eventually, you're going to be able to toggle maybe a little button to show off your sub 100. Like I think it's a 68 Catwoman or something like that. So those sub 100s on those, important collectibles, it's going to mean a lot. You're going to have a lot of bragging rights, and people are going to want those. So especially because we all know by now that you take the first 41 and sometimes first 90, you never know. So on a couple of collectibles. And this is the No Question Mark hoverboard from Back to the Future 2. Again, like I said, if you can get a sub 100, man, these drops keep getting harder and harder. So, I think it's going to pay a lot more in value, if you can get a lower mint number, or not only just lower mint, if you can get a special or important mint. We all know 2015 with Back to the Future, if you can get one of those cars, DeLoreans, they're going to go for a lot more. So if you can get a special mint or a low number mint, it's going to help a lot. So right now, this is the ultra rare. This is the Pitbull hoverboard. I think it looks absolutely sick. It's got the thrusters on there, I think it looks pretty cool looking. One of the best ones if you're not going with the common. And I do like the no tech one too. I like the lime green. But, this is a sub 1,000. So again, pretty good mint number. If you can get sub 100, it's great. And then if you get sub 1,000, it's going to be pretty good as well. And, this is only $115, $120, I think, in the marketplace right now. And it's July 3rd, so it's going to be fun to kind of look back at this video and say, wow, you got an ultra rare for $115. And so if you want to stack up on a bunch of ultra rares, I think this is a great one to have. I think it looks amazing. And it's an FA. And so we're only on season 2 again on VeVe. So I think all of these are just unbelievably undervalued. Pretty much any FA. And if you're not familiar with what FA is, it's the first appearance. So what that means is there's going to be a ton of different probably hoverboards down the line. Different Batman, Superman, but if you can get the FA, first appearance of those, that's what the real collectors, people who are going to pay a lot of money for, that's what they're going to really go after, I think. So, that's the hoverboard series. I think it's a cool series that they threw in there, and, fits along the lines of floating in space in the VeVeverse, so just gets everybody excited. So here we have the Frank Kozik labits. Now, if you're not familiar with them, you should probably look them up because the physical versions, they sell for a good amount, and we're bringing the vinyl versions now into the digital world on the VeVe app. So shout out to Traps Wellington. He sent over the labits. He got the whole set. This ultra rare is popping off in the marketplace right now. I think it's like $800 the floor minimum. I actually didn't grab the set. I think I grabbed the red one on drop day, and I got a couple others in the market, but kind of tapped out right now. Wasn't able to sell a couple in time to. I don't really want to sell too many either, so I'm not really trying to sell too many of my collectibles, even though I am gonna have to get to a point. I don't want to sell for a low right now, so I'm gonna wait a little bit till they appreciate a little bit more, and then I'm gonna get rid of a couple duplicates to kind of start reinvesting. But this is the ultra rare. I think it looks pretty cool. I mean, this is the black one. It's got the white joint in the mouth. I thought it was pretty funny looking. It's got the knife in the back. You know, that's why it's called the backstabbing. You know, everybody probably grew up in their life, probably, you know, knew a couple backstabbers, you know what I mean? Just part of life, you got to keep on going, you know what I mean? And, you know, this is the ultra rare. There's only 888 of them. And I think they took out maybe close to 90 of them. So a little bit less than 800. I mean, you're going to get close to about 800 of these probably circulating. And that's a low edition amount, you know? Dragon Girl, probably going for about 1.5, 1.7 in the market right now. Just kind of depends on the audience. And I think Frank Kozik does have a pretty big audience. So if you're able to get the whole set of these, you know, it's going to be a pretty valuable set, I would think, especially Series 1. We're going to see, you know, different creations pop up. And, you know, big collectors are going to want to have that first series. So first series of anything is going to be valuable, I think. But here's the ultra rare. I think it looks pretty cool. It's the all black one. But, you know, it's popping off. I think retail might have been like $50 maybe. But it's about 800 right now in the market, so it's gonna be tough to grab. Might have missed out if you didn't grab it by now, but shout out to Traps Wellington. He's a funny YouTuber right now. He's trying to make content, and he's just himself. And I'm all about supporting people who, you know, just try to have fun with it. You know, so that's the ultra rare right there. 888 original editions, and I think it's a valuable set. So right now we have the red labits. Now this is the one that I went after on the drop day. And I was able to get it, and I was pretty happy about it. I loved the way it looked, you know, with the white and the red contrast and the colors with the joint and the body. And I wasn't able to get the ultra rare on the drop day, so you have to kind of come up with a, you know, backup plan on what are you going to do if you don't get it. And I had kind of two options I came up with. I like the neon looking one, and I also like the red looking one. I kind of figured that the common was going to be slept on, and I think it still is being slept on. So I was able to get the common later. And the common's pretty cheap right now, like $25, the choice cuts. And I saw what some of the physicals were selling for, and it was a pretty good amount of money. So once you do a little bit of research and due diligence on the artist, because a lot of us, we're not familiar with every artist that's going to drop. I know for me, I wasn't familiar with Frank, and I had to look up Frank Kozik's work. And from what I found, you know, he's a pretty well-renowned artist, and so I was blown away. And, you know, he kind of separates himself with kind of his style and his interest, and you know, I like what he dropped here, the first series, the Labits, and he's going to drop so many more, you know, artistic designs over the course of the months and years with VeVe. So I think a lot of his fans and his collectors, they're going to want Series 1. And I think the red one looks just pretty sweet looking. I think the way it pops, I'm telling you, the white and the red contrast, this and the neon, I think some of the best looking ones. And of course, the ultra rare looks great too. I wasn't really the biggest fan of the way the visible one looks, but you know, everybody has their own kind of taste and style, and just wanted to show off this red one because I just loved it. I thought it was one of my favorites. There's only about 2,800 of them, and I was lucky to get one of them. So that's the Labits Series 1. So now I want to take you on how I got a sub 100 through the drop last time. So it was on the No Tech hoverboard, and I kind of want to just give you a little tip about how I was able to figure out how to get a sub 100. It's not going to work every time, but it's going to allow you to kind of give you a little bit more manual control. So what I did was, as you can tell, I hit the buy now, and when I hit the buy now, the number popped up. Now when the number pops up, you see what number you're going to click. So I exited out. I didn't like that one. I went back, clicked on a different one, and if it was still in stock, I went back to it and I click on it, and as you can see, the number changed.
She, yeah, it's wonderful. Ecomi drop it, I copy. The newest Givenchy, I got it. Collectibles all in my wallet. About to take off like a rocket. Givenchy.
So what that shows is that you can kind of just go back, and as it refreshes, you can go back in, and the number's going to change. So I kept doing that, and then a number 99 popped up. And I was like, wow, no way. So as soon as the 99 popped up, I clicked buy right away. Because what happens is sometimes people will click buy now right away, and the order will get canceled. So if it gets canceled, it's going to go back in the system, and you're able to sometimes get it. So there's the tricks that I learned last week. So thank you guys for tuning in. The Johnny Dunn Show, number 12. We out.
Grinding every day and I did it my way. Black ball from the game, come and catch the